Welcome aboard. It's Captain G with Global War 85 Failsafe 4.7 China. Dateline, Guangxi Military District. GU, Year of the Wood Ox. The defense minister stood at the end of the pier watching the sun rise over the water. With the new day dawned a new era for China. For war had broken out finally between the Russians and the Americans. If the supreme leader was correct, and the defense minister had never knew him to be wrong, with this war came great opportunity for China. All right, as we get started in our turn, just a little bit of housekeeping. You'll notice the two SRBMs are back in eastern Xinjiang. I had used strategic land movement to add 1 to their movement value and move them 1, 2, 3, but their base movement value for this new unit is only 1. So we put them back in East Xinjiang, and I'm going to move them this time in accordance with the proper movement. So that's the housekeeping. Let's start with the planning phase, escalation. With the breakout of war between the Far East Command and PAC, China's defense spending, or IPP income, moves up from 7 to 8. And then with normal superior Chinese intelligence, we go up from 8 to 10. And we only need 9 IPP to reach DEFCON 3. So China is now at Defense Condition 3, which allows us to move not only all of our forces, land, sea, and air, throughout the lands and oceans of China, but also to some of our international allies. Tech. All right. We are going for a little bit different technology this turn. Tech 2 is AMD. We're still at stage 1, sadly. Yellow. Tech 3 is computer, still at stage 1 there. And now we're going for the first time Tech 10, which is chemical warfare. And we're at stage 1 there. So all 3 of these need an 8 or more to be successful in the randomizer. High numbers. Okay, 1, 3, 1, 6. So 0 for 3 again. Not happy days in our technology, folks. All right, so let's pull up our build. Let's build new units. Let me move you slightly. Here you go. All right. We walked into this turn with 9 IPP cash on hand. We're spending 3 to buy a new SAM battery. We're investing 3 to modernize our air forces, and we are saving 3 for the future of the new Chinese era. And we'll have that to spend in 5.7. Okay, now let's put you back. Okay. Combat moves. We do have combat moves this turn. This diesel-electric submarine in P-29 is going to go on silent movement, which is silent running, which is a combat action. Additionally, this diesel-electric submarine in P-28 is going to move 1, 2, and this nuclear attack submarine is going to join him 1, 2, 3. They're going to come right down at the bottom of the camera's view, and they're going to go on silent running in P-54. P-54, nuclear attack submarine, diesel electric, and in P-29, diesel electric submarine on silent running. All right, non-combat movement. And so now we're going to move some more deck chairs across the Titanic. So the 2 short-range ballistic missiles, they can only move 1, and then with the strategic land movement, move a second. They're going to move into Beijing. Beijing, right in here. Okay. There we go. We are also going to play dominoes, daisy chain with the Beijing paramilitary. So I have 3 paramilitary in the country. 2 is going to go to Inner Mongolia. 2 is going to go from Inner Mongolia to the Space Center. And 2 is going to go from the Space Center to Eastern Xinjiang. So minus 2 paramilitary from Beijing, plus 2 paramilitary in Eastern Xinjiang. And I'll do a status of forces recap for my fellow players who are all paying rapt attention to the Chinese non-combat movements. Also from Beijing, we're going to move 2 early gen fighters back to Eastern Xinjiang. 2 early gen fighters to Eastern Xinjiang, leaving 1, and I'll swap him out for a sculpt. From Beijing, we're going to move 1 paramilitary, that guy who's left, and the light infantry up to southern Manchuria. Southern Manchuria. Okay, so that was a paramilitary and a light infantry to southern Manchuria. There we go. In Xinjiang, where I have 2 Marines, I'm going to send 1 Marine up with the airborne to Beijing. All right. From southern Xinjiang, I'm going to send 1 early gen fighter to southern Manchuria. So I will leave 3 here at this major air base. 1 is going to go up to southern Manchuria. And then from Xinjiang, where I have 3, from here, from Guangxi. So 1 went up from Xinjiang, and then from Guangxi, I'm moving up 5, all 5 of them. So I'll have 6 early gen fighters in southern Manchuria. 6 early gen. Again, I'll recap that at the end. All right. From staying in Guangxi, I have an airborne in this task force. He's going to do his normal movement, his air movement 1, 2, 3, and he's going to go up to southern Manchuria. I'm also going to move via sea lift 1 field artillery and 1 light infantry out of the minor shipyard and or the major port. They can move 1, 2, 3 via sea lift up to this major port in southern Manchuria. So I'm adding 1 to the field artillery, and I'm adding 1 to the growing number of light infantry up there. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, all right. In P16, I have 4 missile patrol boats, and I'm going to move 1 of them to expand Chinese territorial fishing rights from P16 to P28, P36 to P45 to join our Soviet communist brothers in this new lake of communism and enjoy the fishing rights of China and Hainan Island. Outstanding. All right. And then finally, from Guangxi, where I have my... Is it Guangxi? Yeah, I have a light infantry. When I have that light infantry airlift, now that I'm at DEFCON 3, he's going to airlift down to Zaire at this airbase, which is a Chinese airbase, Chinese shared airbase, and he's going to join our brothers in solidarity in Zaire. Zaire. Okay. Let me just confirm, I believe that was it. See, Southman 1 MAR. So I sent, sent the Marine up. I believe I've got them all. I'm trying to read through my notes quickly without boring you, and I did. That's a fighter. Okay, end of turn phase. We're going to place units. We bought one SAM. That SAM I am is going into Beijing. Beijing, right there. And I have collect income. So let me pull up the collect income tile right here for your review. So we are at 10 now with the superior intelligence escalation and the war between PAC and the Soviets. Plus 10, we saved 3. That gives us 13 IPP cash on hand for the start of next turn. Looking at the map, we see no mushroom clouds. There were no nuclear weapons used this turn. Our communist brothers and allies did not, they all tactical weapons, no nuclear weapons used. So the nuclear doomsday clock remains at 2. And with that, we will now turn it over to our Communist Brothers in Solidarity and Warsaw Pact 5.1 coming up next. This is Captain G, over and out.